The business has looked very hard. Let me make things easy. Number one, before we start anywhere or before we discuss anything, close or we need to first understand what is a cryptocurrency. That's where everything starts from. Okay, what is a cryptocurrency? And a cryptocurrency is a valuable digital asset. It is something that has value. It's a valuable digital asset that moves from one person to another without any organization looking over it, without any government. And this cryptocurrency is seated on a blockchain. That's where the safety comes in. This cryptocurrency is seated on a blockchain. And a blockchain is a digital system that safely stores information across many computers. And it's very hard once that information enters the blockchain to be changed. So in short, there is security and there is safety. Now, for you to participate in cryptocurrencies specifically, you need a platform where buyers and sellers meet. Let me visit one. This is Binance. Now, let me enter the market, for example. I come here on markets and let me pick 1,000 sats as my coin of focus in a 15 minutes time frame. What we see down here, these are trades. Where you see a green trade, they are buyers. Where you see a red trade, they are sellers. What you see is the amount of 1,000 sats that someone is buying and transacting according to their order. And what you see here is time. So you need a platform, one, where these cryptocurrencies can be accessed, number one. Number two, where these cryptocurrencies, where they are found, there are many buyers and sellers in there. And then you have business. Now, the exchanges, let's visit the website. The exchanges, let's visit CoinMarketCap. And when it comes to this website, we can basically have the overall picture. And the exchange is the platform, the website is saying that the total amount of money in the market is $2.3 trillion. And they're also trying to inform you that 67.90 billion was traded today. Where? On exchanges. These exchanges are divided into two. Centralized exchanges we call CEXs. Let me use the red color. CEXs. The word centralized means that this exchange is controlled by a certain organization to protect its customers, to allow people convert money from their local currencies into crypto and from crypto into their local currencies. And so, for you to access it, because it has jurisdictions to fight money laundering, you need to verify it with, one, as a human being, two, as a person who lives in that specific area. And so you'll find that Binance maybe works in Uganda, but it doesn't work in Canada. Coinbase works in US, but doesn't work in Uganda. OKX works in Uganda, but maybe it doesn't work in a certain country. And so for you to start your journey, one, you need an exchange. Now, when you open up an exchange, for example, Binance, this one, I have a right with no decree to learn how to manually monitor this market. Am I making sense to someone? I can learn how to manually monitor this market. I learn how these candlesticks work. I monitor the market, learn where to enter from, and learn where to exit the market from. Today I decided to bring this here so I can learn when to enter the market and when to get out of the market. And when I learn, I can manually monitor the market by myself, enter trades manually in here by myself, know when to get in and know when to get out, period. But there are two problems here. One, I need to spend a lot of time on the market. That's number one. Number two, I might be affected by being greedy. And two, I might be affected by fear. Time on the market, greed, and then fear. Then also, it might be very hard for me to trade many currencies at a go. Have you gone online and seen traders? They are like in a monitoring club. They have so many screens. Some are curved, others are rectangle. In front of them, here in this platform, he has 1,000 sats. Here he has Bitcoin. Here he has Ethereum. So he has to monitor so many at the same time, and at the same time in different exchanges. Here is in Binance. Here is in OKX. Here is in Kraken. Here is in Bybit. So that they can be able to find better opportunities everywhere. Now, all this shit, all this problem, and even if they find the opportunity, sometimes they become too greedy and they lose money. Sometimes they become so fearful and they miss out on every opportunity. Now, all the problem of monitoring the market, the time, the greed, the time, the fear, the ability to monitor the market all the time can be solved by connecting an artificial intelligent robot, this one called Royalq, to replace the monitoring you could do personally in your Binance, in your MEX, in your HTX, in your OKX, in your Bybit. For you, what you needed to learn to do is to provide good instructions to the robot. Good instructions to the robot. Are we following? I told you today I'm going to keep it this very simple. I've seen people complicate. The only thing you need to learn, are we learning? Let me know. The only thing you need to learn is just to provide instructions. You don't need it to be a trading expert. You don't need it to have previous experience. You don't need it to know how the crypto market space works. You don't need it to know who was who and who is who and who is under who and who is busy who is Tanguru and Neguru and Penguru. You don't need all this. The reason why we teach it is just to make our community better. The reason why we teach it because we want our community to have knowledge. But we don't teach it because it's what people need to be successful in the business. Give me a 2 in the chat if you are following. We just teach it because we want to empower our people to be better. We do not teach it because it's what you need to be successful in the business. Let me explain deep. Now, what do I need to do? I need to get this robot. Now, let me come back here a little bit. Now, we all know this. I've already handled. Now, it is important for you to know that your money is in your Binance, is in your hobby, is in your Indodax. to store, and that is, it is acting as the store of your money. 2, it's where total assets are, and 3, it's where you're going to trade. So you're not going to trade in Royalq, no. The robot is going to trade for you in your exchange. And why the exchange? Because the exchange provides high security facilities. The exchange provides security of your funds. And it's only you who can withdraw and transfer money from your exchange. So 1, your money is safe. 2, your trading is efficient. And 3, your trading can be automated. Now, what does the robot do? The robot is to buy and sell and also monitor. Why monitor? To know that Julius told me that when the market drops by this percentage and rises by this percentage, I should buy. Julius told me that when the market rises by 2%, I should sell. So the only responsibility you have is just to learn how to provide good instructions to the robot so that the robot could buy for you. Now, when we connect the robot to your Binance account, to your HTX, to your Indodax, where your capital is, it is called API. And this is the art that allows the robot or the exchange to listen to the instructions that were given to the robot in Royalq. Now, last but not least, then change my perspective is how much is this robot? It's only $120. The robot is affordable. It's only $120. Does it charge only $120? No, the robot does not charge $120 only. On every profit you will make, the robot will charge you 20% of that profit. So if you make $100, the robot must earn $20. And these $20 are for what? 1, maintaining the software. Number 2, some of this money is paid to someone who introduced you to the business. Whenever you will be profiting, you will also be profiting. But my main question is, having explained all that, how does the robot work? Let me show you something phenomenal. Now, this is the robot. Now, what has the robot done? It has brought a list of cryptocurrencies to your exposure. They are all here. And it is saying one of the challenges anybody could face here is to identify which coin to trade. Am I making sense? I'm now on topic 1. So once you open your robot and you have paid it $120, you exposed to 2 markets, the spot market and the futures market. Futures is a contract, you don't own the asset. In the spot, you own the asset. When the market goes against you, you don't lose. Vis-a-vis futures, when the market goes against you, you lose something. Now, the biggest challenge is that the robot is saying, as long as you have some stable coin called USDT, you have some Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDC, you can trade any of these different assets. And you can trade them either in Binance or all the exchanges at once using the same robot, making things simple. Now, all these are coins. If you have enough capital, you can decide to say that on all these coins, on all these ones, on all of them, they are over 400 plus. I want to trade all the 400 coins. You want to trade all of them at once. So whenever the market rises, it buys. Whenever the market falls, it buys. Whenever the market rises, it sells. So you can automate the robot But out of my experience in using the robot, someone needs at least $500 per coin if you want to automate. And you need to make sure at least on the 400 coins, at least you trade 200 or 100 of them. So 100 of them will be 500, which is around $50,000. You trade 100 of them minimum. But someone who's trading 200 is on a better side. Someone who's trading all of them is on a bigger side. I have a question. I need some answers. If someone only trades only 100 of them, another one trades 200 of them, on A and B, who has more potential of making more money? Some answers in the chat. On A and B, who has more potential of making more money? B. Now, what about someone who trades 400 of them, and that is C? On A, B, and C, who has potential of making more money? But you will find that so many people do not have the capital. So many people do not have the capital to automate the robot. Am I right? Am I right? So many people do not have the capital to automate the robot. They don't have the capital to now, what do they do? What do? They enter step number 1, coin identification. Nobody has, even if you bring a very nice strategy, let me tell you, friends, I've seen people who decide to become smart with this robot, but they reach somewhere and they get stuck on their journey and they have nothing they can do. If you have had that experience, give me one in the chat. You decide to become smart on this robot, you expose all your capital, no matter which strategy you introduce, whether you want your robot to buy with $1, you reach somewhere and you get stuck. So it is not about the strategy. It's about the capital, number 1. Number two is coin identification. Number 2 is coin identification. It's not about strategy. Someone says my network is not good. But am I loud and clear? Someone says my network is very bad. But am I loud and clear? It might be your network, vis-a-vis. It is your network. Me, I'm loud and clear. So it's not about strategy. No. 1, coin identification. Which coin should I trade with my little capital? That is number 1. Which coin should I trade? That is number 1. Number 2, my money. Now, Royalq is very easy. Royalq is very simple. You can identify a coin to trade using 3 major ways. Number 1, you can know which price you enter at what we call a price. If someone wants to enter at a certain price, they must have an idea. That's why Royalq introduced a chart, because you don't have a capital. Someone must have an idea on how this market is behaving currently. So you enter either by current price or preset price. Current now, preset lower than the current price. Number 2, you can use this robot using what we call indicators. And this is the simplest way anyone can start using this robot. Because indicators give market direction. And it is very easy for anyone to use an indicator to enter the market. You don't need to have an expert. So you know the first step of your success, because you don't have good capital, is when you enter a trade is when. Give me a 3 in the chat. You understand why you go in for this. Because you don't have that capital of trading so many coins at the same time. So if you don't have the capital of trading so many coins at the same time, even let me tell you, I've seen people who become a little bit more smart, which is okay. Someone decides to trade these coins on cycle and he trades like 10 of them or 5 of them. Do you know that along the line, somewhere they get stuck? Give me a yes in the chat if you have seen this happen to you. Say, okay, for me, I'm going to find my 5 coins and I'm going to trade these ones repeatedly for a very long time. The market direction changes, and what happens? You get stuck. You get stuck on your 10 coins. You get stuck on your 5 coins, and you have nothing you can do. So the art of using Royalq is seated in the ability of when you enter a particular coin. And I've seen people complicate this because I've taught people how to do technical analysis. They say, for me to be successful, I needed to learn lo, lo, lo. If I don't learn lo, 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 I cannot be successful, la, la, la. You know there is lo, lo, lo. 7:30 a.m., pa, pa, pa. If you don't attend this one, no, 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 no. You don't need la, 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 and pa, 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 and mo, 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 and tu, 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 and ka, 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 and pe, 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 and lu, lu, lu. No. Number one, you can use signals. You can use signals. That is number one. You can say, I don't know how to identify a coin of current price and preset price, and you use signals. It is helping you to find a coin to trade. But even if you don't have signals, you can pick a coin. I'm not going to go into setting. Create all these. These are taught to you when you get started. Next, these are taught to you when you get started. Trade setting, you have entered your trade setting. But even if you have entered the trade setting, the most important point is not the trade setting. No. The most important part is when should my robot buy the first time? Should my robot buy this coin when it is up already that I go down with it? Or should I learn to provide a good instruction that my robot enters from somewhere, then the market recovers? Give me a 2 in the chat if I'm making sense to someone. That's why the gist of your business is. Why? Because since you do not have the capital, people make this business hard. Now, it is true that October is going to be a good month. October is going to be a good month. October is going to be a good month. And Royalq has thought about it. That's why it has introduced this area down here called advanced option. When do you want your robot to enter the market? Number one, RSI. When the RSI has been over, when people have overbought it, or when the RSI has entered oversold, or when it is halfway. So anything below halfway is good. So I could say RSI. And RSI is good. Royalq is using only 15 minutes. It wants you to maximize profit. Then you say, me, I want my robot to buy when the RSI is less than 40. So if this was the movement, it is here around here. It's so it buys, then it sells. Very easy. You buy when the RSI is below 50. So it can be oversold, or below 50. You enter the coin. The robot buys, the market rises, you make profit. As simple as that. So you just learn. My condition is RSI. 1 is even enough. when this RSI is below 50, 40, let my robot buy. And it will always buy. Now, once it buys here, and the market drops, your robot buys more. Once the market rises, you make profit. Is this hard? Once learned, give me some answers in the chat. And once you have learned this simple task, you can now come to your robot and provide instructions to all coins. You provide instructions, and the robot buys that coin, the market rises, it sells, and you make money. Let me know, is that hard? So, you don't need it to be a trading expert, no. Once you get started, today is not a members training. Once you get started, you learn this simple task. Is making money hard? Let me know. Is making money hard? So I've seen people overcomplicate this robot, try to give reasons why. For example, okay, I have some fundamentals, but they may not be necessary when someone is starting. Wafi Heart Dog is doing well. It has claimed the $2. And I believe this coin could strictly keep going down. Now I have a question. Let's look here. Has this coin been dropping recently in the last few minutes? You see, in the last few minutes, the coin has been dropping. But when you put it in the 4-hour time frame, the coin has been high. So meaning, if I was using my RSI, let me try to look for it. You see the RSI in the 15 minutes, that's why Royalq is very smart. It's just recovering. The RSI is just recovering, but the coin is pumping. It means Royalq is giving you opportunity that if you knew how to use the RSI, you would now be swimming in money. As simple as that. The rest that people are talking about, unity, you lodo, you mete, ududu, palangu, menguli, malingi, lagulu, makutu, drawingi, adede, apu, downy, support, resistance, diagonal, perimeter. You get confused. It's not necessary for your success. I found someone dying on the robot. I don't know how to draw perimeter wall, support, resistance, the angle line. Not necessary. So all that berungu, mandula is not necessary. You just need to learn a simple task, provide the instruction to the robot, then you go and do your other stuff. You don't need to be on the market. Now we are coming close to October, and October is going to be a very sweet month. It's going to be a very sweet month. And I don't want anyone to miss out on opportunity. No. And what you are going to do, same formula. I've told you any coin you buy below 40 is safe. Any coin you buy when the RSI is below 40 is a safe coin. The market will drop a little, then you continue. And you make money. Friends, this robot is only $120. It is so affordable, so easy to use. Let people not confuse you with a lot of linguistic things. This robot is very easy to use. You can use RSI, you can use MACD, you can use those indicators to enter the market at the right time, and you keep making money. Any questions? Today is not a members training, but tomorrow in the morning at 10 a.m. and at the same time, 9 p.m. East Africa Standard Time, I will be here. Tomorrow it will be members training to teach you how the RSI works, to teach you how the MACD works, so that you can enter coins at the right time. If I'm making sense to someone, give me a yes in the chat. So you don't need it to be a trading expert. Yes, it's me who teaches you technical analysis, but that is just an extra dose. It is not necessary for your success. And the rest is going to be history. And the rest is going to be history. Now, I know people expect me to teach much, but that special lesson is for tomorrow. But you can use RSI to enter the market. You can use MACD. You can use KDJ. Enter the market and suffer with money. And for example, let me tell you, do you see this coin? Do you see this coin? Me, I'm just showing you. Do you see this coin? You think it has started? It was at $4. It is at 2. So it has to go to now to until it breaks one day. So if I don't have the capital of putting this coin on automation, I want to be, I enter from here, I get out from here. It dips again, I enter from here, I get out from here. Dips again, I enter from here, I get out from here, enter from here. If you have understood that, give me a 2 in the chat. But if I have the capital, I just put in this coin, then I don't need to look at my robot again for the rest of my life. I'll be just checking how much, how many, how much, how many, how much, how many, how much money made, how many coins am I trading? I see someone was saying, how many money? No. How much money have I made? How many coins am I trading? How much money have I made? How many coins? That's the only responsibility. But if you don't have that power, when to enter a market is key. And tomorrow, I'll be just digging deep into that, and the rest is going to be history. If you have learned something today, give me a yes in the chat, because usually I don't have a lot to say, especially in presenting just the opportunity. The business is as simple as that. As I come to the end, I want to close with the following words. Let me switch on my camera. I have taken time without sharing my business when I'm seated in this machine of mine. But basically, I want to say the following words. If you are here and financial freedom is your goal, then Royalq is for you. If you are here and you have big dreams that you want to achieve, then Royalq is for you. I remember when I got started 3 years ago with only $85 that has turned to over $250,000. Royalq has been a game changer. It is for you. Yes, I might have achieved my small dreams and I'm bragging about them, but for stone fact, your dream could be bigger than mine. But Royalq is the right vehicle. Is the right vehicle that has power to give you regular, repeated, recurring income. The Zoom will happen at 10 a.m. East Africa Standard Time. The 7:30 is a technical class, just extra knowledge. But 10:30 tomorrow and 9 p.m. East Africa Standard Time, it will be specific on the Royalq indicators to enable you know when to enter the market. And then just apply the settings and suffer with money. Whoever is not making money, then you are not using this opportunity as a right tool for your maximization. With that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen people start with zero knowledge, having not gone to school. I shall give an example of my brother, Mugerwa Lozias, who has never, I call it never because he's a P3 graduate. And he's a very successful businessman. So it's not about books, it's about understanding. Now there is a question. How long does the coin take to sell? Now that is a big question, because when you buy the coin, you don't control how many buyers buy it. You don't control how many sellers sell it. But you provide mathematical settings that allow the robot to continue giving you money, whether the coin is going down or whether the coin is going up, full stop. And tomorrow, I will get all those points emphasized very well. Set your strategy, find a good coin. Set your strategy, find a good coin. Compound your money. Set your strategy, find a good coin. Julius, when I've found a good coin, do I need to be on the market? No. Go and do other things. Go produce children. Go to your garden. Yes, someone is saying, yes, go produce children. Go to the garden. Go and do other things. Now, how to find a good coin tomorrow, 10 a.m. You don't need it to see how it does not have a good color or a bad color. It does not have any specific look, just using tools. You know, my friend told me, if you want to be successful in our generation, learn to use tools, don't be a fool. Don't be a fool that wakes up to look for money. Learn to use tools. My friend told me, learn to use tools, don't be a fool. So my tomorrow session will show you how to use the tools. So you learn how to use the indicators because they are tools. What happens on ongoing trades if the robot expires? This robot is very good. It continues to monitor your trades for over 3 months. And if you don't renew, your trades remain in your exchange without the robot monitoring them. I want to join a Signal group. Don't worry. Activate your robot. Ask your upline to add you to our Signal group, and it will be done immediately. I hope I have shared enough for today. I want to wish you a blessed night. I've only used the 49 to 50 minutes. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Have a good night. I'm sorry today no music. I'm in this machine of mine, courtesy of Royalq. I have nothing to add. Thank you so much for today. I hope you have been able to learn something. See you tomorrow. But make sure you don't sleep for free. You know, some of you sleep for free. Why don't you earn for sleeping? And if you don't have the robot, make sure today you get it immediately. Get it immediately. Get it immediately. Those of you who are near Masaka, usually whenever we buy a new car here, we celebrate because we have bought these cars using our phones. So very soon, we are going to announce our main celebration. It is usually nyama choma, goat roasting, and some drinks passing over people's minds, those who love going off. With that said and done, the robot expires after 365 days. It works for you for a full year. God bless you. See you tomorrow, and bye-bye.